On today's episode of the Bubs and T Bag Show, Bubs gives T Bag a swirly and then shoves him in a locker for his excessive Dungeons and Dragons bullshit.
Have you played against Tran Nguyen from Vietnam yet?
Probably, and he beat the dog shit out of me too, because I'm not that great at the game. But yeah, he did, right before he went off and, ate his fucking cat.
The guys debate finer points of gas station cuisine.
You just take the cup and stuff it in the machine and then press the button. And that's it.
Okay.
40 seconds later, you got like a nice, smooth iced coffee with...
See, an iced coffee to me needs like Bailey's or something in it. Jameson.
Well, you could add that to it if you wanted.
In the store.
Once you get back to your truck.
No, just in the store.
Pull out the flask.
Yeah, just start pouring it in there and wink at the 300-pound chick behind the counter with the twitch.
And T-Bag gives an update on his dietary habits.
Let's fast forward to fucking 7:30 in the morning. And there I am, sitting on the couch like a sloven beast. An entire fucking sleeve of saltines is down the hatch. I've eaten half a fucking jar of Mott's applesauce and 3 packs of fucking Twix. $100 later into Magic cards, and I'm sitting here going, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Bubs, what am I doing to myself? I'm in my 40s.
Yeah, you got to get a grip, bro.
All this and Wild Boys from the Wilderness coming up.
Hey, here we go. Wow. Sounding good again. I haven't heard the song in a while. Great to see you. Great to hear that guy playing the guitar again. And great to be back here at the Ponderosa studio for the Bubs and T Bag Show, where we talk everything about old Minnesota and old movies and old memories. Sometimes even old men get discussed from time to time.
Old Milwaukee.
And let me just say,
hey baby.
Feeling every year of my age today. But welcome back, everybody. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus. Bubs has been doing some big-time hunting. I don't know if you heard our recent hunting special, but that shit was off the chain. A lot of action, a lot of excitement, a lot of comedy. And just gave thanks a few days ago. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
We went non-traditional. We don't. We had lasagna and duck.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah, my wife.
Sounds like a great meal.
She's dialed in on the lasagna now. I mean, she's up in there in the top tier. She's a tier 1 operator now with lasagna.
No shit.
Fuck yeah.
That's a bold statement too, buddy.
2 years ago, failed miserably. It was disgusting. I knew her for 30 plus years, and lasagna was lacking. But now
she's
a tier 1 operator. She got her fucking. She got her ruck march in, and she jumps out of planes and
ready
fucking
to go.
make can make some fucking lasagna. And
how
doctor's
many jumps does she have?
She's more than a 5-jump chump like me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is 5, is that like the minimum to get like into the...
Well, it's airborne school.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's got to be pretty crazy, though, either way, jumping out of a fucking airplane.
It's a 3-week school that could be 4 days.
Meaning they kick you out or what?
Well, they do kick people out, but, I mean, thousands of people go through it a year. It's not that hard. It's just more of your mindset.
Sure.
You're not going to...
How often does somebody get fucked up, like in the...
cigar
in the jump?
You mean when their parachute looks like a cigar? I bet it happens on a monthly basis or something there.
And somebody dies?
Dies or gets fucked up. I mean, you have a reserve. You just have to have the wherewithal to... I think it's 1,250 feet or something is the training jumps.
No shit.
Yeah, combat jumps are lower.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
You got to get to the ground, get those troops airborne.
I guess.
Then you're just another fucker that's got to walk. What happened to me was somebody cut underneath me. They slipped under while I was descending down, where their chute with them slipped under mine, taking my air, and that causes my chute to flatten out. And
really?
Then you're supposed to run across their chute to like get out of the way or something. But they slipped through so quick, I went flat, dropped for a few seconds, and then it caught again. But that was balls in them.
Can that be sketchy too? Like if your chute goes flat, it might not open up again.
Yeah, and then you got to start thinking of your reserve.
Ooh.
Or pulling on the risers.
Who was old GI fucking Joe there that did that?
I don't know. There's hundreds of people all over in the sky. Devils, baggy pants.
Yeah.
But I just remember one of the black hats saying, "It's not the fall that'll kill you; it's the sudden stop."
Yeah. Are those the guys that teach the
They wear a black cap. Yeah.
Okay.
They're jump masters.
Hey, is there any truth to how you have to land on both feet?
Yeah, it's a dynamic and fluid parachute landing fall, PLF.
Okay.
And it's 5 points of contact, but really it's 3. It was feet, ass, and head. Then you get the wind knocked out of you.
Almost every time you get the wind knocked out of you?
Yeah.
No shit.
We did a couple night jumps because my weather and stuff. So we did like 3 jumps in one day, and 2 of them were evening jumps, and the thermals were a little different, so it was slower.
Yeah.
But based on my body mass and makeup, it seemed like I dropped faster than the average trooper for some reason.
Sure.
I don't know why, but I was 188 pounds back then.
You got down to the earth a little quicker, huh?
For some reason, I think it was density or bone density or something.
Whatever it is, you got down safe, and you're still here.
Yeah, I got my wings pinned on my chest at the Friar Field. We had no graduation because of time constraints, and then they ask you, the captain that was in charge of the training thing goes, "You're from Minnesota, right?" I'm like, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "You get blood wings," and so then they just punch them into your chest.
Yeah. That's funny, man.
Yeah,
I had something like that happen to me once.
It's infantry stuff.
Not the jumping out of a plane or anything, but somebody pinning something to me.
Yeah, and then they'll force it into your collarbone or something.
Yeah, it was nice of them.
Yeah.
Man. So let me ask you this.
I'm for hazing.
I 1,000% pro hazing.
Mm-hmm.
If my buddy Tennessee Mike is listening, he is too.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. We were in one of those organizations once where it's a secret type of society.
Thank you. May I have another?
Yes, it's one of those type of things.
Thank you. May I have another?
We had some hazing here and there, Bubs. Putting men through tests of strength and willpower that,
endurance
weeds out the fucking weaklings, man.
Yeah.
There was a guy that was weak in our group. By the end, there was still a weak one hanging around. If we started with like 50, by 4 months later, there was, I think, 15, maybe 16, 17. But there was still one dude in there that was still kind of hanging around. And that last week, they found a way to weed him out.
Well,
it always works, buddy.
Yeah, we had an initiation when I played rugby, and then there was 2 initiations. There wasn't just one, because they want to fuck with you more. So there was one, and then later the next season there's another one or something. But in tribute, since we've been a while, I brought a couple gifts for you. One of them is Steal Your Face from our rugby team.
Oh, now that I love.
And you can put that up on the wall.
That's definitely going on the wall. Now this, for those listening, is it's like a Grateful Dead symbol with the skull with the kind of ring where you're like looking into the skull, or some people think it's like a ring. And then there's a rugby ball in there with green and yellow. What are those colors?
That was the colors of our rugby team. Yeah. It was a throwback to the 70s and 80s team. And then in the late 80s, we switched to that Steal Your Face, and we changed our name to the Freaks or something.
Does somebody still make these stickers or something?
Oh, yeah. I was at a reunion a couple years ago and grabbed one.
I made a sticker or a patch one time for Super Bowl that looked kind of like this.
Yeah, I think you gave me one.
Yeah, I probably did.
And then I brought you some blue, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inch penises.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. One says T Bag on the balls, and the other one says Bubs.
Actual size, too, which is good.
Yeah, little fighters.
Yeah. I don't know what these are for, but they're good. We're going to put these.
They're tire capped.
Oh, the valve stems.
So my one of my kids' friends got a 3D printer and made an army of them, as he said. So he made like 50 or 100 of them, so I needed a couple. So I brought them over, and I figured a couple of blue dicks.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Leave it to a younger man to, start 3D printing dicks once he gets his hand on one of those machines.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. I know a girl actually who has these on her car for real.
Well, there's some for you.
Yeah.
But I figured that, add to the motif.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. And
I got some other stuff
we're going to put this up. I see some pies over there.
I stopped.
Like Hostess type pies?
No. These are a Quick Trip brand, and I knew.
Oh, yeah, I've had those.
I figured maybe after the show we could warm up some cherry pie.
Okay.
A little warrant. And then there's a strawberry cream pie, and I know you are a fan of going down a dark hole of cream pie videos. So
you got to be careful typing that into the internet these days. Let's put it that way.
Well, I'm careful so I don't get a fucking cream pie. I want to see the cream pie.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm typing cream pie into the internet, I want to see a cream pie. I don't want to see a pie.
You want to see the actual sex act.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that. It seems a little too obscene for me. Like there's something.
You have boundaries?
A little bit when
this
it comes
is
to
new.
my porno, yeah.
Really? You like a nice, clean, pristine porn? I like it rough and rowdy.
Just two, people in wedding outfits. Yeah.
Making love for the first time.
Holding hands.
Yeah.
Well, these are great gifts. The stickers are great. The personalized 3D printed dongs are amazing.
Enjoy them.
Why don't you give us a tiny, brief recap, if you could, because the last 3 weekends, you've been doing real manly shit as where I haven't. We'll kind of touch on maybe what we've been doing, but I listened to the Deer Camp special.
Yeah.
It was great. Very raw, unflinching stuff
Well,
from you and the boys. But
Yeah.
how'd it go?
Well, for me personally, Deer Camp was the year where I hunted the most time in camp and in a tree stand or out walking around, probably 6 years. And life didn't get in the way this time, and I spent a very long time up in the woods and enjoyed it. We had, as you can listen to the show, a few people came through. Some other people were there that didn't make the show, and we had a great time. No deer were taken in our camp this year. Plenty of deer seen.
Not a single one taken, though, huh?
No, there was an opportunity for somebody to shoot a 6 or an 8-pointer that was chasing a doe, but it just didn't work out. I saw some deer, but I didn't. I was,
You passed.
8-pointer and up.
You passed.
I could have shot a spike buck,
Yeah.
but I didn't.
Well, I got to say this. Nothing for me. I've been working a lot this month, but I did hear from two loyal soldiers. One being the instructor, the other being the beach.
Both those guys had beautiful deer.
Yeah,
Beautiful deer.
Like the one the instructor had looked like it was a trophy.
Yeah. Well, even the beach.
God bless the guy.
The beach. He probably tackled it and stabbed it with a fucking knife.
Dude, that guy,
Broke its neck.
I don't know exactly, but he guides people on crazy deer hunts in weird parts of the country.
Well, he probably has
he could find
going
a
in
deer,
the background and then fucking raining blood as he's ripping the throat of the deer with his bare hands.
If he was here right now, in the basement,
he'd be shirtless. I know that.
Yep, bearded, possibly eating some type of organs, for sustenance. But he could walk outside the door here, and in just his loincloth, looking like one of the guys from the band Man of War. He could he'd take his thumb, put it in his mouth, and then hold it up to the wind. And at that point he begins tracking. And I think he would come back with a deer, over his shoulders before sundown, he would have a deer.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to give him a weapon.
No.
He'd come back with a dead deer.
So I have a kid like that. My middle kid can go to public land. He'll scout, pre-scout, figure out a spot to go, and then see deer, and then he kills deer. And he shot one with a bow.
Yeah.
In between, was it right before opener? He shot one with a bow in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And then second weekend, he shot it was probably like a 7-point because the antlers were kind of weird, but a very big 200-pound plus buck.
Yeah.
Near Hinckley with a buddy. Shot it with a 270 at 180 yards.
I don't have those skills yet. I can get out in the woods with a bow. I could probably hit a deer-sized target in the right spot if it was standing still. Maybe 30, maybe 40.
Well, 40's decent.
But never have done it in practice. I'd probably shit my pants. But I can get somewhat close to deer, but I've never been close enough to fire an arrow at them.
Yeah.
Self-taught, on the internet. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and shit like that with...
you got to get out there.
I do.
It's
I
time.
know. I couldn't this month. I honestly
you
couldn't.
decided to stay back with the does.
Yeah, dude. I got to say this. So a couple new listeners, though, that I want to say something about. A couple guys I work with, Sully and Jamie. Two guys that really like the show. I don't know, who they like most. For all I know, they might like your dumbass most, but...
Well, what I am is the talent.
Yeah.
Most people agree. And then that you're kind of you're Charlie Hustle player manager. And I'm just the guy at first base who hits.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Billy Martin over here.
No, you're the Pete Rose of the operation. Charlie Hustle. Come on, you're losing my references.
No, Jamie and Sully, thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate it. And keep serving the drinks and real men.
Real men.
The kind they don't make anymore. That's who those guys are.
Well, they still make them.
Yeah.
I got a house full of them.
Little few and far between, but yeah. Anyways, though, guys, yeah, thanks for listening. Yeah, I was working a lot this month.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah,
you got to live
I
life.
need the cash a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's good to be back doing the show, I got to say.
I was jonesing.
Man, I know, right? Feels good.
Yeah. My artistic side needs to come out. I got 2 cats that reached out to me over the weekend.
Who that?
A guy named Chet and another guy named CT.
Oh, shit. Those guys. Yeah, I know those guys. It's good to hear from those guys.
Yeah.
Are they
got some young kids and stuff.
Yeah. Are they still plotting to take over the world and shit?
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
In their own way.
Good to hear from those guys. If you're listening, hey, we miss you, and thanks for tuning in. And keep going. And if you have any ideas, get a hold of us on X or YouTube or Spotify. I don't know if you can leave comments on Spotify or not, but for now, that's where we're on.
I was getting a lot of feedback from people.
It's a secret show. People like
Spotify.
it. Yeah?
A lot of people listening on Spotify.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yep.
We'll have to do another special here, maybe a holiday special.
Yeah.
Or Christmas. It sounds old, but I want to get into saying Christmas more just so I can hopefully reinforce that sort of thing.
Are you going to reinforce the reason for the season?
The birth of Christ?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would do that. Because I was looking at Christmas songs today, going back to like the 40s, the 30s, the 40s, all the way up to today. A lot of your favorite holiday standards, Bubs.
Oh, baby, it's cold outside.
Written by Jews. Yeah.
Well, they know how to make money.
You notice there is no Christ mentioned in those songs.
No, okay.
It's definitely
some
the
standards.
festive nature of the season is what they're trying to reinforce.
Well, there's Hanukkah. It overlaps.
Well, these weren't Hanukkah songs, though. These were, I think, more...
I only know one Hanukkah song, and that was Adam Sandler's.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
My point being, though, is that everybody knows Christmas has been commercialized for at least 5 decades, but I'm bringing Christ back with a vengeance into it. The last week or so, there's been a big hubbub and brouhaha online, in the online communities where news is sort of purveyed and bought and sold. Like on platforms like X, one of the newest, biggest anti-Semitic comments on X that you can say right now is the phrase, Christ is king. It's considered extremely anti-Semitic.
Really? Christ is king is anti-Semitic?
Yeah.
So a whole Christian-based faith is not based on that? No,
it's because you're telling Jewish people that, they shouldn't be Jewish.
No, what you do is you tell Jewish people that they're Christ killers.
That's I try to tell yes.
Right? I mean,
once we're on the same page on this topic.
Well, I mean, if you want to insult them, I guess that would be it.
I saw you walk into the studio
Pharisee.
today, once again wearing your Israel underpants. So, I just want to. I don't know where I'm standing here.
Yeah. Well, I'm cut.
Twice.
Yeah,
Twice
cut.
Just to make sure.
Sure. Yeah. No.
Yeah, that stuff is really going out of control right now. It's hard to. There's so many people very, very up in arms about that whole thing, including I think another fan. I don't know if this guy's a fan. He may have just
stumbled.
He may have commented one evening in a period of drunkenness, but 1980s teen heartthrob movie classic actor and famous John Cusack had to drop us a line the other day.
Yeah, what'd he say?
Well, basically, let me give you a little backstory on it. While you were up hunting and cavorting with the boys, one night I was up late doing some listening or something, and I'm on X like usual. Cusack is on a tirade. He's absolutely obsessed with the Israel-Palestine stuff. Like, he can't get enough of it. And the dude is up in arms thinking that Elon Musk is banning, shadow banning his Twitter account, and he's tweeting probably 10 times a minute into the ether, wondering why no one's listening to him. I eventually replied, and there are people replying, but he's not getting maybe the hundreds and thousands of replies that he's hoping he's entitled to. Anyways, I just asked him, since it was 4 a.m, and he's screaming
4 a.m, California
screaming
time?
about Palestine, and he's very much pro-Palestine. He says he's not pro-Hamas, but he is. So I just calmly asked him from the Bubs and T Bag Show Twitter account, "Did you take mushrooms this morning, Mr. Cusack?" And he replied with, "I am drugs, Bubba." I think he thought that I was you or something like that.
Kind of a Leahy type response.
Yeah.
I am the liquor.
So we did get a little what's up from John Cusack, the one and only. And I got to say, that guy's got some great movies.
Yeah, very entertaining.
Gross Point Blank is one of my favorite movies.
Very good movie. Enjoyed it. A lot of his stuff I've enjoyed. He had a weird one, though, with that kind of came out during the pandemic or just before. And it was based off of like a graphic novel or something about a comic book, and then the comic book characters were real, and then it was based on a disease that spread.
No shit.
That causes infertility, people to become infertile, and then he had the cure for it. He was the scientist.
I think I did maybe get a brief synopsis.
It was called Utopia.
I did hear about that.
And I watched it. And
did you like it?
Well, it had all the hallmarks of, if you're a conspiracy type person, rabbits, or prominent, all this back subtle stuff in these stories was all in this thing.
Yeah.
Just bizarrely. Give it a listen, give it a watch.
Utopia.
Yep. And if you put it against what happened with the pandemic and the timing, it was just like, what? This is
Netflix?
maybe Netflix or Prime.
It's unfortunate.
But it is programming, predictive programming.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah. You could see like he was like a kind of a weird cultish person with a family, but it was Bill Gatesy in a way.
Yeah.
It was fucking bizarre.
He might have a hard time maybe separating like art from life at this point or something like that. I don't know. But I look at him and I go, dude, you're entitled to your opinion like any other American, but for a guy who's like, an Irish dude from Chicago who's got probably several $1 million in the bank, I don't know, buddy. There's got to be a better cause out there.
I guess why do people give a fuck what happens over there? I mean, what do I care?
Right.
If the if the Palestinians think that they can own more territory, we'll go take it from the Israelis. And if you can't, we'll look back and we'll see that Israel smote you,
Yeah, I think they're having probably, I don't know, other than the little bits and pieces that I've been piecing together over the years. Seems to me like Israel is basically a proxy state for the United States, which is probably by design.
Well, okay.
Whenever the country was created in the 40s, they probably wanted to establish some sort of dominance in the region for oil reserves and things like that, and
keep disruption.
Here we are.
We've talked about it, that we like unstable areas. No matter how bad it is for a market or something, we like areas that are unstable.
We certainly, it seems like, succeeded there, brother.
Anywhere we've been, there's been instability.
The hornet's nest may have been kicked over.
Central America,
maybe
South
a little
America.
bit too much there.
What is it? Argentina that got the fucking new guy that's a anarcho-capitalist.
He says he is, but he's also like super pro-Israel. You know what I mean? So it's like,
well, what does that have to do with him? What does he care about Israel?
I have yet to see a politician that's in any sort of position of major power that would say, I have absolutely no ties to Israel whatsoever, and I don't want to give them another dime as long as I'm in power. I have yet to see that guy. I'd like to see him show up somewhere.
Well, I think maybe, Iran could claim that.
That's one country, and probably 50% of the male population is wiping their ass barehanded while they listen to this show. So that one doesn't count.
We did cover, if you caught that detail in the deer camp special, was we gave some shout-outs to the Iraqi grouse hunters.
Those guys are good.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Northern
Northern
Iraq.
Northern Alliance.
Yeah. The Northern Alliance.
Freedom, the brave Mujahideen.
Yeah. Well, they like their version of grouse over there.
Yeah. Oh, the shit is kind of getting out of control.
They you watch these conspiracy things or these people that talk about what's going to happen and like how these Kmarts or Walmarts are going to get transitioned into concentration camps. They're not going to do that at first. They're not that organized.
They're not going to do anything.
No.
These are people that think that guys can cut their dick off and become a woman. They support things like that.
Wow,
I wouldn't trust them to make me a cup of fucking black coffee without fucking it up.
Or fucking it.
Or fucking it. That's the other thing, is they're obsessed with weird sex.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, why can't it just be a guy and a girl in a wedding outfit?
Well, you have a wedding fetish.
And then the lights go down.
Yeah.
And then you just hear some kissing.
And then they're on separate beds smoking cigarettes.
Right.
Like Rob and Laura Petrie.
Yeah. Today's stuff is it's way too bizarre for me. And the people that are being exposed to it are too young, I think, for it.
Well, it's fucking them up on purpose.
It's fucking up their brains, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like not going to be able to reproduce because of that.
It's a possibility.
Dude, I stayed up way too late last night.
I just want to make a comment on an observation. I mean, we met for our pregame, right? We had lunch.
Taco Tuesday at the highway, baby.
Yeah, and we, a nice cool beverage, and you seemed down. You're out of your game. I thought you were like fucking sick or something.
No, I closed work last night. Well, dude, I'll go into this.
Go into it. I'm here for you. I'm here to listen.
I've been working like a lot.
I'll take notes.
At the bar. And, it's a bar, so they don't close until 2,
That means 3.
Yeah, when you get out of there. I mean, I can usually sometimes get my stuff closed up by, 15 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, but you sit around and have a bump, yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Slap the ass of a waitress or something.
Yep. Break up a few,
last-minute fights.
I wouldn't say fights, but there's always drama.
Is it...
the more girls in the bar, the more drama.
Well, yeah.
And lately, there's been a lot more girls.
There used to be a bar in Minneapolis where the guy wouldn't let women in. And it wasn't a gay bar either.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't want any problems.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure he had his reasons.
Well, women cause problems.
They do.
Guys can sit
All
around in a
over the
bar and
fucking
drink
world.
all night long. You throw one chick in there and there's going to be a problem.
Yep, that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
But
Going back to Adam and Eve.
yeah, I've been working a lot, and last night was no different. And I knew we had the podcast today, so I kind of wanted to be fresh for it. And, I didn't come home and imbibe or anything like that. I did have a drink, like you said, on my way out the door from work. But that's kind of what I do on, every night anyways. But I got home, Bubs, and I've been into this fucking shit lately. I'm almost embarrassed about it. But you ever hear of this game, Magic: The Gathering?
I thought it was like a joke to make fun of nerds.
Yeah, so it is. I mean, you can make fun of them. When I was in high school is when this thing came out, in probably like 1993.
All right. I had no clue then.
When it came out, when I was so I'm like 14 basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing it sold at like Schindler's.
So is it a card game?
Yeah, it's like cards.
All right.
I remember seeing these packs of like baseball cards being sold at Schindler's, except they didn't have a baseball guy on it.
And is it mystical,
it
fantasy?
had some fucking orc, with a shield. And
Demon weevils?
Yeah, like with orcs and hobbits and shit like that.
Middle Earth.
It wasn't exactly... Okay, there is a Lord of the Rings magic set, but when it first came out, it wasn't.
Why do you know these things?
Because I'm going to get to that.
Okay, go. Just, you let it go. Hey.
Yeah.
I know it's been a long time since your last confession.
You cut in when you need to, buddy.
I will
and
absolve you of
whatever
all
you
your
need.
sins,
But
except for the masturbation ones.
no, here's what happened. So I just remember, just to give you a kind of a little once-over about it, in the 93 or so, this game comes out, and they're selling these packs like baseball cards. And I remember seeing a few of the cards at like Schindler's or whatever behind the glass, and they were being sold for like $50, which at the time was a lot of money. So I'm thinking, how the fuck are these things valuable? And that one, it's a card game where you play against each other. And I was like, okay. I saw a few guys playing it at school one time. Bought a few packs, maybe here and there, thinking I was going to play. Could never really figure it out. Let it die for years. A few years ago, met a gal that was into collecting them. Bought a few more, but still never played it until recently. They've got a phone app version, like everything, as well as, a laptop app and stuff like that.
I don't know how long ago that this app popped up in your life, but what there's apps that come across my phone or stuff that pops up on the computer, and I'm not looking at it unless it's cream pies or something.
Yeah. No, I needed there's some downtime sometimes at work. You know what I mean? And somebody was talking about how they started playing Magic again that was at the bar.
I got you.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to look at this app. So I pick it up. Of course, it's free to download. And they actually teach how to play the game, which I had never really learned. And it is kind of a fun game, but it is addicting. And
if we were on video right now, people would be seeing how I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Well, you're looking at me with a sense of awe and embarrassment, and I understand why. And I'm not...
I think the word is pity.
I'm not... As I continue with the story, you'll listen.
I'm listening. I'm here for you.
So I start playing, learn how to play the basics, and then what do? I start using real money to buy digital packs of cards where they give you cards, and now you're playing against other players. and I like it. It's kind of fun if you have the time to waste.
Have you played against Tran Nguyen from Vietnam yet?
Probably, and he beat the dog shit out of me too because I'm not that great at the game. But yeah, he did right before he went off and, ate his fucking cat. Yeah, he worked me over. But I've been playing. I've been spending money on these fucking little packs and playing other people, having some fun with it. But I kind of am at this point now where I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm a little bit too into it. Last night I got home. It's 2:30. What do? Well, first thing that comes to mind is, we got a podcast to prepare for, but, why don't I do this instead?
Why don't I just kind of decompress a little bit? What's your character? Is there a main?
There isn't. You just get
play
card.
whatever
Yeah,
the card is?
you just get cards. You don't have.
You're not Demon Weevil with battle axe.
You're not fucking Aragorn, son of Arundel.
Minotaur.
Yeah. You're not one of those things. Okay. No, it's you're just have cards and you throw them out. They have different values. You're basically just trying to burn the other guy down from 20 points to 0. But yeah, so I get home, it's 2:30. You would think, hey, let's go to bed, get prep for the podcast in the morning. We haven't done one in a while. Well, instead, let's fast forward to fucking 7:30 in the morning. And there I am sitting on the couch like a sloven beast. An entire fucking sleeve of saltines is down the hatch. I've eaten half a fucking jar of Mott's applesauce. And 3 packs of fucking Twix. $100 later into Magic cards, and I'm sitting here going, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? I'm losing. I want to throw the laptop through the window. Bubs, what am I doing to myself? I'm in my 40s.
Yeah, you got to get a grip, bro. It's time to reach down, give him a little pull, and
7:30 in the morning.
That's
a jar of applesauce, a sleeve of saltines later, and 300 Magic cards.
Are you sad?
What do I have to show for it?
Are you sad right now? Maybe.
I wouldn't say it. No, I actually had a pretty good week with money.
Christmas season is upon us.
That's true.
Is it kind of looming in the back of the mind?
It might be. The holidays do kind of, it's a lot of moving in the holidays.
The other thing too is that you're kind of working on a middle watch or a middle shift, swing shift, where you're going to work and it's dark, and you're coming home when it's dark.
I'm not used to it as much anymore.
And then you're sleeping. Yeah, you're not used to it. But I think that, what do they call that? Not biorhythms, but we are harmonized.
I'm off
with the sun and the coming and going.
I think you're right. That does mean a lot. But next month I'll kind of be back to like only 3 days a week instead of 6.
Good. But did you okay? What we have identified here is that you've identified a little issue. Yeah. And if tonight you do it again, and then on an off night you're up till 4.
I have to work tomorrow during the day, not night. So
I know, but I'm saying, next thing you know,
I won't be up super late. We're just doing dart team stuff tonight.
But my point is, if you catch yourself and it's now 2 or 3 a.m. and you've been on this thing for 4 hours, now there's an issue.
Yeah, well, dude, I was back like 15 years ago. I was like that with Warcraft.
And then there's tears.
It was really bad.
Warm applesauce.
Warcraft was really bad.
Is it? Why? Yeah. Why are you attracted to this stuff?
Well, that one I haven't played in over 10 years. But dude, there were some people on that. That was way worse than Magic.
And what is Warcraft?
There were some guys, dude. There were guys that we used to work with.
Yeah,
that were like addicted to it.
I don't even know what it is.
It's like a computer game where you fucking dress up. Like you have.
Is it LARPing for the internet?
Well, no. I mean, it's not that where you're actually wearing shit in real life, but.
No, but
you pick like a character that's a fucking elf or something like that who carries a sword and leather armor and things, things like that, and has pointy ears and
what's the
he goes
point?
around
it's
and
on a quest,
and then kills shit, and
then you all interact together.
You go on raids with other that.
So instead of World War II, World at War.
It's not Call of Duty. No,
yeah,
that World of Warcraft, to my knowledge, I believe still a lot of people play it. It's probably a lot of Chinese guys.
Is there where they do these cosplay? Do people dress up like that?
They probably do have there's probably a segment of that Warcraft people that do it. There's probably like a Magic the Gathering people that do it too.
Guarantee. We got to look that up.
I don't want to look it up anymore.
I'm going to use my phone and make fun of you now.
I'm done with this.
No, you're not. We're just addressing.
I'm done sitting on the couch till 7 playing Magic, wondering what I'm doing.
I think what is very therapeutic
in a pair
for
of
you,
fucking sweats.
Yeah, is that you're saying it out loud and recognizing it. And then you're looking at me going, this guy doesn't even know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Dude, you know what I just thought of?
sweatpants.
Yeah. You know why?
Yeah, because they leave an imprint.
Dude, it's crazy how you knew exactly where I was going with this, and I didn't even tell you about it.
That's why I wear dark sweatpants. I don't wear the gray ones.
Here's what I got to say. I've got a few pairs of, different colored sweatpants. Gray, black, blue, all.
We know which way you dress.
Yep. And I got to say, 25 years ago, when I was in high school, if you showed up to gym or something like that wearing a pair of sweatpants, you would have got your ass kicked.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
They just...
Were you supposed to be in workout?
Yeah,
like
you were supposed to be
Under
in
Armour?
something better, like
Really?
something different. Yeah, like those hockey pants or like baseball warm-up pants.
Athletic pants.
Yep.
Cooperalls.
Champions or something like that. Well, now, I didn't get it, but I had a pair on not long ago when I was running a few errands, and I walked into my place of employment, and some of the women were ogling me.
Were you cock forward?
Like I was a piece of fucking meat. Like I walked in wearing fucking lingerie. And
Sure.
what the hell is this shit?
Yeah, you were showing your wares.
Somebody showed up today looking like a slut. And I'm like, when did women start talking to fucking men like this?
You slut.
It's time, Bubs, maybe to take some privileges away, I think, from some of these gals. They're going a little bit off the wire here with these sweatpants.
Yeah. Well,
They're really the younger generation. It's like a whole thing. It's a fucking
you know
meme.
what they're
It's
doing?
all over Instagram.
You know what they're doing?
What?
They're meat gazing.
They are.
They're out in the open, and they're calling you out with it.
I don't like this, and I didn't know when it became a thing. And now that I'm aware of it, I'll never go outside dressed like
You have to go
dressed
back.
like a whore again.
Go back to that bar, dressed in those same pants, and then wrap a fucking cucumber in tinfoil and shove it in there.
I felt like Jodie Foster in the movie The Accused.
It's how you're dressed. I'm surprised you weren't fucking assaulted sexually. You wouldn't care if some chick reached down in there and grabbed your store.
Yeah. Well, it would depend on the girl.
Why?
I'm not just gonna let some fucking Yahoo gravelback do it.
I don't know. Isn't it just in the moment?
No.
I mean, it's not like you're marrying her. I mean, she reached in the store a little bit, slapped it around like she's going to shoplift it. I mean, come on.
There's only a certain chosen few that,
Really?
are that privileged. Yeah.
Okay.
Now that I'm in my older years, I don't want to get a STD.
Off a hand grab?
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Well,
you don't know where that hand's been.
She might have some lumpy knuckle. The professor sent me some items about our
No
show.
shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was talking to him on the phone on the way over here. I haven't talked to him for a while. And I said, hey, why don't you text me a couple ideas for some topics?
How many did he send you?
Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, shit. He's got
8.
a lot.
Yeah, he's probably a dozen here.
Are they just like little
Quips? Yeah. Just
snips?
Yep. Ready?
Why don't you give me just the first? What's the first one?
The missing 411. Missing 411.
Is that an airline flight, maybe?
No, but it has to deal with, I think, people out in national parks that are disappearing.
Okay. My opinion on that, I feel like maybe I have heard a rumbling. I'm not super aware of it, but my just brief 2 cents on that one, without diving any deeper, would be probably a distraction. Maybe there's like 2 real cases in there, but I bet there's a lot that got lumped in there, like the smiley face guy.
Yeah. All right.
Next.
Andrenochrome.
Possibly real.
Wow. Isn't that fucking dark?
Possibly real.
Yeah. That's what keeps Hillary alive.
Yeah. I mean, it's very possible at this point. Once they went into Jeffrey Epstein's jail cell and choked him permanently, I started thinking that things like that might actually have some validity.
Yeah. Yeah, they got rid of him.
But that's basically, like...
Isn't that Clinton's side?
Like kids or people can, when they're under like stress during torture or something like that, like they have a chemical that, like allows lizard people like Hillary Clinton to somehow stay young.
Steal their energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly
It's
real.
usually taken from infants or toddlers.
I'm not convinced, but I'm willing to hear more. Let's put it this way. I'd be willing to let that Jehovah's Witness into my living room at that point for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, come on in.
I'd like to hear more.
Yeah, let me get my 12-pound hammer here.
So
Skinwalker Ranch. It's out west. I think Montana, isn't it? Idaho, maybe.
that's a distraction that was invented by Jews.
Okay. The difference between classical, modern, and neoliberals, and how liberals are gay.
The last sentence, the last little part there is 1,000% true. The other parts, it's like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing trying to polish a turd?
And then he has...
I mean, if somebody was liberal, like in a classical sense, which doesn't exist anymore, okay, I'd be willing to like listen to a little bit of their arguments, but they simply don't exist anymore. Even guys like Bill Maher, who claim to be classically liberal, are still so infected with Trump derangement that they can't get over that.
why the Constitution is or isn't worth the paper it's written on.
That's true, especially right now. That only seems true, though, when, well, there's a lot of people in the nation currently that were never brought up, born, or raised with constitutional values. So, yeah, it's not worth the...
It's only worth the paper when you believe in it, right?
Right. So there might be some people who believe it, but yes, that has some weight to it. Next.
And then he says, watch videos of fire rescues in reverse.
That sounds like it could actually be interesting.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
interesting.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
You're basically throwing the people back into the burning house. Right?
Yeah, and then the house is on fire.
Or like a cat,
Yeah.
throwing the cat back in there.
Yeah. That might
Well,
be interesting. Might be humorous.
A couple of those need to be dug into deeply further.
Yeah.
A couple also, though, like I said, I mean, you know, the classic conspiracy.
Well, there's another half
classic
dozen we didn't go
classic
over.
distraction.
Yeah. We did get a word from our sponsor, though, for the upcoming Christmas season.
Really?
Yeah, Full Force Condoms. They want you to be prepared for the upcoming Christmas season and all those Christmas parties and office parties that can get out of hand. They want you to have the gift, bring you the gift of love without the baggage, so you don't have to worry about it.
Does Full Force Condoms have any holiday sales or offerings going on?
Yeah, you go to their internet site and they're 30 to 40% off depending on which one you order.
Wow.
And then volume obviously it helps with the discount.
For me, you know me,
Volume.
XXS.
That's right. And then full force can be a great stocking stuffer in more than one way.
I bet.
Yeah. So remember Full Force Condoms. What only Full Force will do. Merry Christmas.
Those guys, you know, they always come through with that. I love having that Full Force money.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way.
Fuck yeah.
You know,
Those shirts are great.
Yep.
We need some Full Force shirts. Some
They
merch.
paid for the new light bulbs that we just screwed in here in the basement, so we can see each other again finally.
Yeah. We're not going dark tonight.
Thank you, Full Force. We'll be.
When only Full Force will do.
We're committed. And happy holidays and happy Hanukkah to Full Force.
I thought we were only doing Christmas.
Not well for people that sell condoms. That's
They give them to everybody.
They
Yeah,
not
don't
Christmas. No.
No?
Like I said, happy holidays and happy Hanukkah to people that are buying condoms.
Sure. Yeah, I got
Not
you.
Merry Christmas.
No?
No. They'll
Well,
burn,
yeah, I got you.
they'll burn in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
They
just
will.
pull out.
There's weird people on the internet,
Well, there's weird people.
and I've seen them lately because
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been on the internet. Yeah, the last month.
What's an
here.
example of a weird motherfucker?
Dude, there's one guy on YouTube. He's huge in
Yeah.
more ways than one.
He's a bigger feller?
Yeah, he is. But this guy, like, if you go, I got to drop some weight, so I should look at this kid's like lifestyle in reverse, almost kind of like the reverse fireman videos. But
Yeah.
let's rewind probably 6 years ago.
Okay.
This dude, he's I'm guessing the guy right now is probably like 30 years old. But 5 or 6 years ago, he's in his early 20s. And for the most part, he looked like a normal younger guy. He was height and weight proportionate. I would say probably even on the real slender side. I don't know if I'd say underweight, but he was skinny. And he was making, I think at the time, videos about how he was trying to encourage veganism. If you're ever around a vegan, you know, you're going to know it within a few minutes.
Well,
'cause
atheists and vegans.
they're going to fucking
Right?
tell you.
They're going to tell you. I'm an atheist and a vegan.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You're also gay.
Pass the meat.
Yeah. So, no, anyway, this dude, So his name's Nico Cotto Avocado is his name on the internet. I don't know what his real name is.
Nico Avocado.
Yeah. If you look at this dude now, he's got to be very close to 400 pounds.
Whoa, that's a lot of avocado.
And his whole YouTube channel just consists of him like pigging out on fast food.
So is he eating meat now?
Yep. Yeah, he's no longer vegan. He hasn't been for a while, if he ever was.
So he's got some mental issues.
But he's a huge... He makes a lot of money on YouTube. Let's put it that way. He really does. Like, he's probably one of those guys that's making over $1 million a year on YouTube.
So he's an example of one of the 7 deadly sins of gluttony now.
And I've heard this dude talk a few times, I think, out of character. I think he's smarter than what he lets on. If you watch the channel, it's just a really fat, flamboyantly gay guy who eats too much fast food and starts crying. Is basically what happens.
Okay.
On every single episode. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And every one of them's like an hour long so he can get in more advertisers and stuff like that.
Yep.
But it's him pigging out on fast food and then getting into some sort of an argument with his boyfriend and crying. And I don't watch the guy, but I've seen a couple of his older ones, like segments of them. And I've seen some of the ones that he does kind of more up to date. And it's clear that he's doing it for money now. But back in the day when he wasn't getting money, he was just sitting there and occasionally, like there was one time where he started shaving his own head while he's sitting there slapping fried eggs over his face and crying. And I mean, he was having an actual moment. No one was paying him to do that shit at that point. Is
it performance art? And we're just
maybe,
not seeing
but
it?
Boy, I don't know. There's something in there there's a screw loose somewhere.
Yeah,
is my
fuck
point.
yeah,
Not
come
only
on.
that, but like he's been doing this. Hey, I'm going to gain weight. Now, if somebody wanted to pay me $1 million a year to gain, get up to 400, yeah, I'd probably do it.
Would you?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I would.
$1 million to get to 4 bills, 401.
It'd be tough though, man.
I don't know if you could get to 4 bills.
It would be hard.
Yeah, you really got to.
I'm trying to get to 3.
You want to get to 301.
Tough.
Yeah, you want to break it.
No. Anyways, my point being though is this dude, he's out there, and he is.
So what he is basically you're watching a dead man walking because he's gonna either eat himself to death or take some overdose
or the Lord's gonna take him. Yeah.
Well, something's gonna happen to him where it's gonna catch up to him because he can't sustain that.
AIDS. You
Well,
never know.
I don't know. Well, the Lord works mysterious. Well, I don't know if we want to go down there. I don't think we'll go there.
I'm going to keep that one in.
Are you?
That was just too funny. Yeah. No.
Well, you're throwing softballs.
This
out.
guy.
I can't help it.
This guy.
But somebody like that is not going to live long. Like, wasn't there some chick that starved herself as a vegan and then died? She was some influencer.
Maybe.
Yeah, recently.
Maybe. There's guys like that really make me kind of question, why did we stop shaming people?
Well, there's that, and now these people that you never knew about unless you lived on their block are now all over the world.
When did we let go of shame?
Oh, we should have never got rid of shame.
Right?
Shame is powerful.
Yeah.
Shame was a very
we need to start shaming people.
a very important, probably building block in my life.
Yeah,
and
me too,
everybody
man.
I knew,
Yeah,
you
me
did
too.
not want shame.
No.
Do not bring shame. Now they're shameless.
That's all it is.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what this
Well.
dude's doing. But then, there's other guys though that go another route. And this guy, I saw some of his videos last night while I was inhaling saltines and Mott's applesauce and throwing magic cards all over the place. But there's another guy that I like. I think maybe I brought him up one time here. Is called Steve MRE.
Yeah, you talked about him.
Did you ever watch any of his shows?
I think I watched one of them, yeah. I think you sent me one.
He's good, man. That guy's good. He just takes military rations and eats them.
Yeah.
And sometimes, he'll eat like a fucking Vietnam ration.
Yeah. Like I said, just this morning, I lost 20 minutes watching a bushcraft channel where this guy was just doing hack after hack after hack out in the
Was it the
woods.
guy who built a sawmill? Out
No.
of hand tools?
No, this guy was he had a couple small hand tools, but then it was all this cool fire starting stuff and little cooking things that he would make and little stoves out of wood
Yeah.
and stuff.
I
It was
think
pretty cool.
Is that a
No.
loincloth dude?
No. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I've seen that guy where he's taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I'm only going to wear clothing that I've made.
Yeah, and then he goes in his $58,000 Ford F-150.
Jumps in the Humvee and warms up.
Listens to country
off
radio.
Camera.
Yeah.
Grabs a quick fucking combat jack.
Yeah. With a banana peel.
Anyways, though, the guy has found a way to get 2 million people watching his YouTube channel.
That's phenomenal.
By just eating fucking army food. You know, he's not making Nico Cotto money, but he's making money.
Is he making Bubs and T Bag money?
He's close.
Yeah, he's close.
Yeah.
All right.
No, realistically, he is making more than you and I will likely ever see.
That's fine.
My friend.
That's
Which
right.
is fine. You're right, because we only want to give out good content to good people.
And we're rich with life.
We are.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? Like I had a tough one last night, buddy.
It's all right. You're back up. I'm here to bring you up.
It's not that I'm down. I'm just more kind of going, why am I doing this? Why did I do that?
See, I'm the check and the balance.
And it wasn't like I was sitting up drinking.
No.
I wasn't.
Which
like,
would have been worse.
It would.
Yeah.
I'd be hungover then too.
Yeah. Or still drunk.
That would almost be better. A couple of girls got in a fight last night when I was at work.
Does it do something for you when you were there in your gray sweats?
No, I wasn't wearing those last night. I was wearing like regular 511s, you know.
Jeans.
Yeah.
Slacks, trousers.
Something like that.
Breeches.
Whatever boomers wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like watching the chick fights.
Yeah. Do you step in or do you
Not really.
wait for a shank to come out?
I wait.
Yeah. Was there hair pulling?
No, it was more just like a lot of yelling and
Titty
swearing.
grabbing?
It didn't get much physical other than just a little shoving, but
I mean, a woman can't haul off and slap the shit out of another woman.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was, over territorial rights to a man, I believe.
Territorial rights to the man or territorial rights to a box, pull tab box.
Yeah, that wasn't anything like that. I had nothing to do with it.
It reminds me of sitting in a deer stand watching the territorial disputes of the red squirrel with other red squirrels.
Oh, yeah, those
all
things
day
are
long.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I figured out all their little border lines and stuff at the deer stand that I spent the most time in.
Dude, I got to give a little a hello to the American farmer.
How's he doing?
He's great. I saw him yesterday. We've been doing, the fall harvest is upon us, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
The farmer and I are, into the fall harvest.
Really into the harvest.
Exclusively, yes, especially this time of year. But, dude, I remember the reason I thought of this was you brought up red squirrels. Probably 3 years ago, I guess it was during COVID. Him and I were like, fuck, man, we're running out of things to do. Running out of guns to shoot.
Yep.
And we're like, what if we went up camping for like a couple nights somewhere? So we decided, well, the Boundary Water, you couldn't like get into the places to go in at or what they just closed it.
You could. I got in 20.
Did you?
Yeah, in the fall of 20.
Okay. Well, so I think there might have been a time though where they were like, okay, nobody's going to be staffing these the Tofty station and shit like that.
Yeah.
It was during that time. We probably went up in like June.
Yeah.
We ended up going about as close as you can get to the Boundary Waters, like we're in Tofty, basically, in, Lutsen, more or less camping and,
get up on the Superior Trail or something.
yeah, I was very close to that.
Yeah.
And one morning I wake up and there was a red squirrel, like fucking with my tent.
Yeah.
And it would not leave me alone.
Yeah,
I mean, like they're really loud when they're right next to your face.
Yep.
And they're bitches. Yeah, very much different than a gray squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
And
the docile.
and smaller.
The urban docile gray squirrel that drinks fluoride water.
Dude, I saw a couple squirrels a few times when I was in Minneapolis where I shit you not, it was the size of a raccoon.
Sure.
The ones that would just sit and camp out on like a garbage can at like a facility that had a lot of traffic going in and out of it.
Yeah.
They just sit there.
Mm-hmm. Getting big.
They weren't even doing
They're like
what they're supposed to do anymore, which is if you really fucking watch those things, all they do is take acorns and hide them all over the place. these guys weren't doing that anymore. They were like, fuck the acorns. I'm just going to sit here on the trash can and eat fucking Doritos.
Just like, who is it? Fritz, the avocado guy that's 400 pounds.
Nico Cotto.
Yeah, Nico Cotto. That's what happened. They became gluttonous.
You can't look away.
Oh, I don't know.
That apparently is safe, is to take yourself from a healthy body mass, and I'm, I can't judge much myself.
No, I can't judge either. Look at me.
Well, what I'm saying, though, is that
I'm very warm.
YouTube is condoning and rewarding this guy to promote that lifestyle.
Sure.
This lazy, sloven lifestyle.
Yeah. Gluttony, slothfulness, pride. It's funny how they're all sins, isn't it?
It is. And it scared me, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
But for every guy like that, there's a Steve MRE out there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. We need fucking 100 Steve MREs to every
we got,
guy like
hey,
that.
right here.
I think they're there.
Once we hit the inflection point, as they refer to it in the tech community,
What does that mean?
that's like where people finally can't ignore the Bubs and T Bag show anymore. Like it's hit such a
Yes, a crescendo.
subscriber base.
Yes, we're at the
And
peak.
we're picking up guys every time.
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's right. We're out cruising.
It's going to be a nice little sound clip there, isn't it?
Yeah. Picking up guys every time.
What I meant, I mean it for real though.
Yeah. Well, how about just
we
picking up listeners?
Well, yeah, but hey, how many women listeners do we really have? I'm guessing probably not that many. I'm betting they might listen for 10 minutes.
There's a few that I know that
a couple.
yeah. I know a couple
bet
that
it's a
give it a
couple.
good
Yeah.
listen. Yeah. And we need to hear from those female listeners so we can get
We do.
some ideas for some shows that they'd dig.
Yep. And if you are one of our female listeners, there's specific instructions. Go to X or YouTube, get in the DMs, and then send us your measurements and leave a small voice message.
And what do you think about frowns or smiley faces?
Yeah, right.
Turn on,
exactly.
turn offs.
That's all we need to hear.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we'll get back to you and tell you if we want to hear more.
Let's just be out front.
Until then, that's all you get. No.
But if you really want to, just lie.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, just lie to us.
It'll work.
It will.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll buy it fucking hook, line, and sinker,
That's
baby.
all I need
believe
for
me.
a few minutes.
No, watching any movies lately?
I did. I watched American Made last night with
with
our guy.
The Cruise.
Tom Cruise, baby. It was an interesting story. I remember that guy's name.
The Cruiser.
Well, Barry Seal. He was a pilot.
That's like my brother and dad's favorite movie.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
That scene where he barely skims the top of those trees
Yeah.
was pretty cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. It's a good. It's entertainment. It's not some epic movie, but it's entertainment.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I think I saw it twice. He's like started drug smuggling and then CIA jobs and
Yeah, and then he couldn't. The money was coming in, I guess. I'm sure Hollywood
there was too
took
much
some
cash
license.
coming in.
Yeah.
He couldn't turn the spigot off, basically. Huh?
No, and then it becomes leaky.
Yeah, didn't he just disappear then too, or
I
something?
think he got killed.
Is
He
that
got
what
shot.
it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, well, you start acting as an informant for the FBI or the DEA.
Well,
And
your
then-
days are numbered,
Yeah,
buddy.
Pablo's going to find out.
Talk about a couple organizations that need to probably be cut off at the knees. Any 3-letter org at that point, I think, is probably good to go.
Oh my
Just
God.
ask the professor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, he will rant and rant and
Yeah.
rant.
Yeah.
Yes, he will go off.
Strange days we're living in.
Well, these budgets are just dark and nobody knows and there's no accountability. And then you can just, I'm sure you get everybody's worked in jobs where you get the asshole fucking company man, right? Who's
Yeah,
only
and
worried about themselves.
I bet that's what it's just filled
And
with.
then you get, the political winds change this way and then they just go right with it and they'll crush anybody in
Yeah.
their way.
They love saying yes.
It's like a subtle Gestapo or something.
It is. It's not far off from that.
They just don't have the uniforms and they're, the uniforms marching out in the street, what they're doing is they're just fucking with people. I mean, look at that
but
January
those guys,
6th.
like
shit.
how many of those guys have really tasted and dispensed legitimate violence? Very few of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them are fucking suits.
Yeah, they're suits. They're accountants. And
You know what I
fucking
mean?
ass
Like
clowns.
how many of them have really dispensed violence?
I mean, the standard for me is, have you been in a fight, like a legitimate fight after the age of 18, where you had to swing fists and fucking, if I don't do this, I'm going to get fucked up. How many people can say that?
Probably not a lot of like those guys.
Yeah. Because what
probably ever.
that humbles you. You know?
Alcohol is always involved. Well, not always, but a lot of times.
Ooh, it's either the help or the cause.
It's been a while since I've been in one.
Yeah, I haven't been in one in a while. I almost got in a fight on Super Bowl Sunday a few years ago.
With a known or an unknown?
An unknown, and it was we were playing bingo with a couple people, and we went out before the Super Bowl started, and then we were at an American Legion, and one of the people we were there with got there late, right? And he sat down, and then all of a sudden he won, right? And then some people just started losing their fucking minds because he wasn't there for the first game.
Oh.
And then some guy says, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass, and I'm like, wow, why don't you go sit the fuck down, buddy? I was like, oh, okay, like I can take
all this over bingo. Huh?
All this over bingo, and then finally, it was like, why don't you sit the fuck down before you can bite off more than you can chew, and maybe he'll kick my ass,
yeah. But
I'm gonna fucking bruise him.
Right.
Maybe I'll lose, but I'll bruise him.
Did it kind of taper off at that point? Or
yeah,
what? Yeah,
it did. And then I think my wife even chimed in on this guy,
Yeah.
He definitely crossed the line if she's chiming in.
Yeah, I bet.
And then, yeah.
I will say this, after knowing how some of these bingo games get played, usually you have to be there at least through the second half. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But maybe if it's real high stakes, it's like, hey, you got to be here at game one.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But fuck, they just flew off the handle on him. And it's like, sit the fuck down. Why don't you just say something?
Dude, some of those, I have some experience with that. Like, some of those older people, too.
They're like red squirrels.
They get real fucking crazy over the age of like 65. Very territorial, man.
It's funny because...
And there's a real sense of entitlement,
you got to
too.
back it up.
I think so, too. Yeah, but that guy probably has been able to get away with saying stuff like that, like maybe to his fucking kids or something.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where...
this guy was older than me.
Yeah, anyone who... If you're over the age of 30 and you point at another man and say, I'm going to kick your fucking ass.
Yeah, don't.
To me, that's like, hey, dude, that's serious fighting word. If there's no alcohol really on board or you're not...
Well, no, you just hit him.
Scraping over a woman. It's
you either walk away or you hit him.
Yeah, this is bingo. I'm going to kick your fucking ass. Well, dude, that's a bold statement at that point.
Walk away, immediately get out of the situation so you don't get in any trouble depending on what's going on in your life. Or, and this is my advice to my kids, their entire lives, open hand slap.
Yeah, well.
Bitch slap the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Because they don't expect it. And then when you bitch slap a motherfucker and then you bitch slap them again.
Ruins them.
You know what they are? They're your bitch. They're a bitch.
That ruins them.
Yeah, now you put them in your stable and trick them out.
You might as well have the guy. You might as well tell him after you did that to hold on to the pocket of your jeans.
You're my bitch.
Then
walk away.
He can hold on to the pocket of your jeans.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Follow me around the yard.
And then you follow him around. Yeah,
follow me around.
He follows
the yard.
you around.
Yeah,
that's who he is.
But open hand slap.
It works.
It works, and it's not I guess, can a fist be considered more deadly than an open hand?
Maybe if you hurt him real good.
Yeah,
and that can happen.
Yeah, but an open hand slap at least knock a motherfucker down, not straight back and knocked out.
I don't want to get into any fights.
No,
especially at bingo.
Well, you're a lover.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm a lover too.
I'd say it's entirely true.
It hurts. You get in a fight, it hurts.
Dude, nowadays, yeah, I believe you.
It hurt in my 20s.
I don't want to find that out the hard way. No, dude, I think I was going to bring up movies.
Yeah, let's take a one.
I brought this up earlier, too. We've talked about it, and I've been watching it again. At some point, you'll have to probably join it.
Mm-hmm.
This movie has gone into my top 3 now, no doubt, and it's probably going to stay there forever. But
the most obscure movie that no one knows about.
Not even close.
Nobody knows.
Everyone knows about
motherfucker knows about it.
Look it up right now on
No,
X
I'm talking
or any
about
of these
anybody
things.
that you know or I know. Nobody's seen that fucking movie.
Barry Lyndon is the best Stanley Kubrick movie that's been made.
I don't dispute that. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But I don't know one motherfucker that's seen it.
Well, you know me.
Okay, now I don't. Now I don't know 2 motherfuckers that's seen it.
Number 1, Gary. He's seen it.
I don't know him.
Didn't you meet him once real quick?
I only know of him.
Yeah.
His legend lives on.
From
the Chippewa.
Hey, listen, all I got to say is that you got to give that one a look, because I got to be honest, almost every scene, it's like you're looking at a fucking oil painting.
Okay.
He did that on purpose.
Yeah. Well, everything he did was on purpose, including the moon
But
landing.
this was really hard to do. I mean, it would have been harder to make Barry Lyndon again right now than fake the moon landing, I think. It's Barry Lyndon, they had to shoot in all candlelight or natural light. And there are scenes where they're playing poker hands, and there's these chandeliers with hundreds and hundreds of lit candles.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. But it's worth it.
Yeah.
This movie is...
All right, I'll give it a try. I'll watch it. And I will watch it with an open mind.
I can't say enough good things about it. The thing that worries me is that it's going to be lost on you.
Why?
Well, I can't help but think back to MacGruber and what you did.
Yeah. All right. That was at the level.
I think
that was at the level of my tennis shoe.
I think you gave up on it very early.
I gave all I had at the opening credits. I was like, this is going to be fucking phenomenal.
Something happened.
Yeah, it was shitty. There was funny scenes, and then they stopped writing funny shit.
Mama got into your ear or something and started saying, "Bubs, this isn't funny," and you got psychologically conditioned.
No. Yeah, I went back to my little space.
Yeah.
Safe
you were
space.
like, "Yeah, you're right. I guess it sucks. I hate T-Bag."
Well, yeah, that conversation did happen, but it wasn't till the end.
I'm worried that, you didn't appreciate MacGruber. It's not that hurt me. I was very surprised by it. I thought you were going to appreciate it.
I told you, the opening credit scene, I laughed my ass off. There were a couple other scenes, and then they stopped writing funny stuff.
I really believe that you do need to see it again. I won't take your opinion as gospel on this one. And if you slander Barry Lyndon...
So I'll just come in here and lie to you then.
Yeah, at that point, we're just done.
Just know that I'll come in and I think it's the greatest movie ever, and I haven't even fucking seen it.
No. You can't do that, too, because then I'll know you're lying.
I'll do the Cliff Notes. What, since the Christmas season's coming up, do you have a Christmas movie that you like to watch?
I'll probably watch Barry Lyndon again.
That's your Christmas movie?
A lot of candles in it, yeah.
Okay.
I'm still not done with it. Like, I've got a couple more viewings.
How long is this movie?
Oh, there's an intermission. I mean,
Nice,
it's
right.
an old-fashioned intermission.
Yeah, I remember intermissions. You get up and go use the bathroom?
It's 3 hours.
Have a cigarette?
It's 3+.
Okay.
Probably not much over 3, but 3 hours and 10 maybe or something like that.
All right. Maybe I'll do it this way. This is how I'll sell it. I'll sell it this way. It'll be date night. I'll cook for the
maybe
for my wife.
Smoke a J.
No, I'll cook for the wife. Pour a little wine, and we'll sit down and watch this movie.
You should smoke a J too.
I don't want to.
That would really
J.
put you right in the.
I want to see it pure.
The proper zone.
I want to see it pure. A little glass of wine, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Yep. Seems like I should have wine while watching this movie.
You also don't have to watch it by any means because I'm enjoying it enough on my own. But I got to say this about it.
No, I'll jump in. I'm with you.
It has one of the best.
You're my player manager. You're telling me what to do. I got it.
It's got maybe the best example I've ever seen of using a narrator in a movie.
Okay. Besides Gene Shepard.
Who's that?
Christmas Story.
Yeah, that is a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm.
This one might top it.
All right.
It might top it. I think it's very, I don't know, it's very classy. It's very bourgeoisie.
Good. I love that. That's where I want to be in society.
I'm already there, baby.
Yeah. What about, you know what our movie is?
What?
For our family? Developed into this?
Like
Trading
a
Places.
Christmas era type one?
Trading Places.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's our family Christmas movie.
There's one I haven't seen in a while either.
That's a very well written movie.
So that's Eddie Murphy and
Dan Aykroyd.
yeah. And then the two old guys, right?
Oh yeah, well
Yeah.
Don Diamici.
Don Amici.
Don
Yeah.
Amici, and then the other one's Bellamy.
Is that who it was? I thought
Yeah.
maybe it was Charles Durning or something.
No, it's Bellamy, and then there's what's her name is in it? The girl from Halloween.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. I haven't seen it in a while.
There's boobs.
Every movie.
Al
back in the
Franken is
80s,
in it.
Every movie. He was like a big Saturday Night Live guy.
Him and
back in the-
it was Franken and Al Franken and he had a comedy partner, and they were writers on SNL, and then they did comedy stuff together.
No shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the guy's name.
Is that before he grabbed that
Davis.
girl's boobs on the airplane?
Maybe it was Davis, Franken and Davis. That's our movie.
That one's
we'll
coming
watch.
back into play though, huh?
Yeah, we'll watch. I have it, and I'll dust off the DVD player and we'll watch.
Sure.
It. Yeah, and even
I might have to watch it.
I've made kids' girlfriends watch it
Because
Now
you're
now
watching it.
Now they expect it.
They love it.
Yeah, this is comedy.
I most likely, I mean, I don't know if I'll sit down and watch a movie with like my family during Christmas and stuff like that, but maybe, you know, those typical movies are usually on at the house.
Yeah.
Christmas Story, things like that on Christmas or Christmas Eve.
Wonderful Life.
Another one that's really coming out a lot now is Elf.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. Elf is funny.
Yeah, but it's becoming like, you know, that's 20 years
Cult
old
classic,
now, you know.
right? Yeah.
That's a 20-year-old Christmas movie.
That's
Not only
crazy.
that, I got to say, all right, I'll give it to you right now. Here's my Christmas classic, and it's also 20 years old. In fact, I think it came out the same time maybe as Elf. Bad Santa 1.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My brother is going to bring up part 2. He apparently likes it, but no, it's not.
Yeah, Bad Santa with the black midget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie is very, very funny.
Yeah, it's vulgar.
Yeah,
I love some raunchy, vulgar humor.
Jesus
Our
Christ,
listeners
kid,
know
you
that.
off your fucking meds?
Yeah, that's a good character.
Billy Bob is
He did a good job on that one.
I mean, it's maybe his best job.
That's up there. That and Sling Blade.
You got to shit right for a week.
Yeah, it's a funny movie.
Sling Blade, them taters. He's a boy.
Any other movies? Anything
Well-
we should besides? Okay, I'll watch Barry Lyndon in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, and I'll watch Trading Places.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while. It'll be good to revisit it.
Well, you have a general malaise today.
Yeah, but that's just because I didn't go to bed.
Yeah.
Too much Magic the Gathering. Too much MTG.
I know.
so
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
I'm really into the electric, version of it, not
Mm-hmm.
the packs. Like if you give me the packs, it might be lost on me
Okay.
because I don't play the live game.
All right.
Then I'd actually have to get in a room with these fucking nerds.
You want to just be your own nerd.
Yeah.
You want to nerd out by yourself.
Yeah, I feel
with
much
your gray
better.
sweatpants and your fucking warm applesauce.
I feel
and
much.
tears.
Yeah, feel much better if I can do that on my own time and not have to see these people in public and in person.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I-
Because it's like a mirror.
Yeah, yeah, it's staring into the abyss of sadness.
Yeah. It's just a 28-year-old. It's sadness as opposed to your 44-year-old.
What else we got, Bubs?
Well,
What else we got to
I
close it
talked
off
to
with?
a young lady that may want to come on the show for maybe 15, 20 minutes for an interview.
The mathematician.
The mathlete.
What's up with her?
She'll come out. She'll talk math. She's excited. She may give us a few problems to work through.
That'd be lost on me, but I'll definitely listen.
Well, I mean,
to her,
we can,
discuss math.
yeah.
Or whatever.
And she's on the, let's say, the cutting edge of where math and analytics are going.
Sounds pretty smart.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting.
I kind of want to ask her
She
why
sold
guys
me.
like Neil deGrasse Tyson have fallen off a cliff and turned into these weird yes men, supposedly, once respected scientists who are now.
Because he was probably found, ball gag somewhere, and then now he's got to tote the party line.
They
and
got
now,
him
so what they do as part of it is,
compromising photos.
something, video, photos, whatever he's doing. And then what they actually did is they caught him in blackface. Oh, never mind.
Oh, hello.
No, but he probably, when somebody's popular or whatever, they have to break them down and then shame them and publicly embarrass them for a while and then bring them back into the fold.
I bet that could have happened for him for sure.
Yeah, this is
because
the
he did have
craziest.
a bit of a Me Too scandal like
Yeah.
a couple years ago
Sure.
where he kind of was quiet and then he sort of got back in.
He shook his telescope at somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why he's compromised, isn't he?
he is.
They got to him.
Yeah. Carl Sagan, they never got to him.
Well,
He died. I do have to give a shout out to a guy that listens to the show, who's a real good friend of mine. And unfortunately, he suffered an accident over the weekend. It's a deer hunting related accident, and it's kind of ugly. His nickname is the Wild Card because you never know what the fuck.
I guess so.
I mean, this guy's a great guy, and he is like he's a MacGyver, like literally a fucking MacGyver,
Like a bushcraft type guy.
anything, whether it's a car, he'll rig up a car with some duct tape and a fucking and a pencil, and fuck, your car's running. I'm no joke.
Book of matches. And
He's the guy that can fix almost anything, and if not, figure it out and fix it in a day.
wow.
And he's very resourceful. He's high energy, and he works in the trades. And unfortunately, he was over in Wisconsin over the weekend. Climbs up into a deer stand that was overlooking like a ravine, so it's on an incline, and the tree gave way.
Well,
And so he was probably in a portable or something, and he was about 14, 16 feet up, but I think the fall was near fucking 20 to 30.
yeah.
And then he rolled down a steep embankment and got all fucked up, shattered his ankle,
Oh, man.
shattered his lower bones in his leg.
Was anybody close to him, or did he have to holler?
He was unconscious when his brother found him. So he heard the crash. I think his brother was probably just in the area.
Yeah.
But it happened Sunday morning at 6:30 in the morning.
Hey, best wishes to the wild card.
Punctured lungs, broken ribs, but luckily no head trauma.
Oh shit, this is serious.
Yeah, he's going to be in the hospital. He's got multiple surgeries coming up.
Hey, best wishes, sir.
Yeah.
And get well soon, man.
He's a hell of a guy.
Yeah.
So
be careful out there, guys.
Yeah, so that's something to think about. Always check that shit.
Well, I won't be hunting again anytime soon after hearing that story, Bubs. Thanks for.
Well, it's but he's the type of guy that'll today's modern. I was talking to the professor because he's into medicine, and he told me, he goes, due to the 20-year war, the advances in technology on how they can fix these bones and do all this shit. He's like, that guy will be up and running. Where if that would have happened to you or I 30 years ago, we'd be fucked.
In a wheelchair. Yeah,
we'd be fucked for a while.
I came close to falling out of a stand one time and was on the way up the stand, and I bailed.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was the same thing. The ladder started basically falling back on me.
Yeah.
And I had to decide at that point, what do I do?
Parachute landing fall.
I basically tried to throw my rifle off to the side a little bit, like in cushion as I was kind of going down. I didn't, for some reason, really want to land on it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the right call or not. But that mine was probably only about 9 feet. So.
Well, that ain't no joke.
Yeah, when you're not preparing for it too, and you're cold and sweaty and trying to get up in the tree and shit like that.
Do you think it's too soon for me to bring him a card I'm going to make that's cut out like Humpty Dumpty?
He'll get it.
He'll
he's
appreciate
buddies
it.
with you.
Yeah,
he'll get it.
He'll get it.
Man, I would never want to take a stumble like that, but
no, that's like falling off the edge of a rim on a house where you're working, and then on the inside it's 8 feet and the other side it's 40.
Yeah.
Like fuck.
You got to watch it with them rims.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know a lot about that.
Oh yeah, you're no stranger to a rim job.
Hey,
Isn't that your favorite cocktail?
Mm-mm.
The rim job?
My favorite is Old Milwaukee beer. You know that.
Yeah.
That's all I drink. God damn it.
Well, for breakfast you had a margarita.
I did, but that was because we were having Taco Tuesday, and I felt like, hey, it'll put me in the spirit of things. It was too much margarita mix in that one.
Yeah, you got to make your own.
Yeah.
You ever do beer margaritas?
At that place, though, I don't want to make it a real margarita. I want it coming out of the mixed jar or whatever. You know what I mean?
Want that. Just give me the tequila.
Man, that place is a lot of fun.
It is. They're nice people in there.
Yeah.
I keep my wallet in my front pocket, but yeah, it's a nice place. I love it. It was good people.
Good tacos on Tuesday, man.
Yeah, it was. It was a delicious couple tacos we ate.
Rick makes some really good tacos, and that guy, he can burn a good pizza too. Let me tell you.
He seems like an interesting cat.
Oh yeah, very cool guy.
Yeah,
see him a lot. He'll stop and say hi to me at the gambling booth.
Yeah, you got a little community up here.
Yeah,
my community fell apart where I live.
Not here. Otherwise, for the rest of the show.
You got any resolutions coming up? Are you thinking about anything for the new year?
Legitimately, I need to get ripped.
Oh.
Like fully ripped.
David Hasselhoff?
Like more ripped.
More ripped.
I mean, yeah, like an Instagram ripped dude.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like a Brad Pitt and Fight Club rip?
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
And why?
I just feel like I probably got...
You got a few years left.
A few, but not you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I could probably still get ripped into my early 50s.
Yeah, good luck. I got to take something.
No, you could too, though.
I can if I
you
make
easily
the choice.
Could.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna.
You look exactly the same as what I remembered like 30 years or like 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
like in your face and everything. Mm-hmm. It's not like okay, there's some gray hair. That's about it.
Yeah. No, thank you. But no, I know I could do it too.
Other than those liver spots that are starting to show up
on my hands
and ass, cheeks,
my long toenails.
Yeah, Howard Hughesing it.
Yeah, ear wax and ear hair.
Wearing fucking Kleenex boxes for shoes.
Yeah, drawing circles endlessly.
Pissing in jars.
I do. Yeah.
I don't do that. I just pee outside. I know one of your favorite hobbies up here when you're visiting the studio is to urinate all around the grounds.
Well, what I like to do is face your neighbors and then commit a gross misdemeanor.
Yeah.
Just wiggle, wiggle,
He doesn't
wiggle.
seem to mind.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't mind. I work
No,
out.
I mean,
Wiggle,
in a
wiggle,
few more
wiggle.
years, the trees will be big enough too where you won't have to worry about
Yeah,
that. You know,
yeah.
so
The Ponderosa.
enjoy it while it's here, buddy.
Well, then you'll have a big fence up, and it'll be a compound with cameras, and
Yeah.
there'll be chicks hanging out on couches at all hours, and you won't be sleeping at all for
Yeah.
like 3 days.
Yeah. Once John Cusack finally starts, really being a fan, and he brings his Hollywood buddies into the fold,
Yeah.
and then the behind the music phase for us, like
John's entourage.
the hookers, the coke,
Where did it all go wrong?
yeah, we'll pinpoint it right to about that era.
We'll do separate interviews, but we'll be in the same room.
Yeah. You ready to cut another show? Fuck you!
I can't even stand the look at that fucker. Yep.
And we're back at a Bubs and T Bag show.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
turn it on for the show. We'll have to sit in opposite areas or dial it in.
Yeah. I'll have an assistant. They'll just communicate between the two assistants. Will communicate between each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have a staff of tough guys, like a posse, so
Yeah.
to speak.
Al and Saul and
Like Sully and Jamie
Yeah.
from the bar. You
sure,
know what I mean?
Sure.
Those guys
You'll
will
bring them in.
wingman it for me.
Yeah.
They'll keep anyone away.
Muscle.
Anyone away that needs to, hey, keep this fucking guy's hands away from
Muscle.
me. You push him over here.
Yeah. Bring that woman over here.
We get the beesh up here to procure all my wild game.
Yeah. Yeah.
He knows about that shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that was maybe he can teach me.
Well, you have to put time in and make mistakes and learn from them.
He's out hunting the other day, and he ends up, showing me a really nice coyote that he got just while he was deer hunting.
Yeah.
That's the kind of hunter that guy is.
Yeah. Shoot shit.
Fuck it.
You know what happened up north is the grouse are out of
He
control.
was probably already wearing the pelt by the time sundown, came. And
Yeah. We're having grouse tonight.
How many did you guys shoot up there? A lot?
Yeah, my youngest kid put on a clinic, and he was coming back with grouse.
You just walk through real slow, kind of, and they kick up, right?
They were road hunting. They're everywhere.
Yeah?
It's
Just all over.
Yeah, it's just a population.
You
boom.
guys are eating some tonight, huh?
Yeah,
Man, that sounds good.
yeah. Wild game.
Cream of mushroom type.
I don't know. We're gonna. My wife won't do it with a can. She'll make it.
She won't Campbell's it, huh?
No, she'll make it. She'll make a white
Still.
wine sauce with mushrooms and stuff.
What if she was making tater tot hot dish?
She'll can it.
She'll use
Oh, yeah.
Campbell's
Well,
at
you're-
that point?
You're having hot dish. You
Yeah.
gotta do it right.
But she'll use a Campbell's can at
Yeah,
that point.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Man, I've never had tater tot hot dish where the actual
sauce is made.
cream of mushroom, was like nothing other than the canned Campbell's stuff, which I have no problem with. I make a badass tater tot hot dish.
Do you?
Yeah, I got a couple secret ingredients. I'll give you a little bit of the secrets.
Don't you have to explain for our national and international listeners what a hot dish is?
Well, most of the listeners are loyal soldiers, are Minnesotans like us, unfortunately, and they probably know what that is. For the ones from sort of out of state that may be listening,
Well, we are
First of all,
international.
that's true. There is a guy from New Zealand who apparently listens to us once
And
in
the
a while.
Iraqi grouse hunters.
Oh yeah,
They're
yeah,
listeners.
yeah. Those guys too. They
Yeah.
love it. We support the Taliban here. Hot dish is, it's like a casserole. I mean, other places probably other than Minnesota would just call it a casserole.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
For some reason they call it hot dish.
It's
here.
a hot dish in a Lutheran basement.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
And man, all those basements, they all kind of smell the same, don't
Yeah.
they?
Yep.
And they're all sort of very fluorescent.
Very fluorescent and maybe an avocado color or a yellow or
Yeah.
a burnt orange.
Or maybe it was white at one point, but it started to do some yellowing
Yeah.
on the walls.
Yep.
And Lois and Florence, who
Lunch
keep the
ladies.
place running or whatever. They both have the same haircut and have had the same haircut since 1971.
Mm-hmm.
They've looked
Back when they were a little faster.
72 years old since they were in their 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. People looked older back in the day.
It's all the haircut, man.
Yeah, I think so.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the haircut.
Probably the clothing as well.
The haircut, the clothing, and then for guys, I think what aged them was the smoking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, excessive smoking, that can really take the years off. Look at Jim Varney.
Jim Varney.
Yeah,
Where did you pull that out
I was
of?
reading about him the other day.
Jesus Christ.
Do you remember him?
Yes. His movie Ernest.
Ernest, yeah,
Yeah.
He was Ernest. Hey,
He started out as a commercial guy.
hey, Vern, what do you mean?
Vern.
Yeah.
What about?
Well,
Vern.
so I was looking at a little Jim Varney for some reason. Like,
Wow.
I can't remember why, but his name came across,
Is he
my
still
phone.
alive?
Oh, no. He's been dead since like 2000.
With a cigarette in his mouth.
Yep. So, first of all, I guess the guy was really like a classically trained like stage actor.
Okay. Then he developed a character.
Yeah, and at some point this Ernest thing came along, which I don't even think the guy liked.
It was a commercial.
Right.
Yeah, I remember
But I mean,
the
hey,
commercial.
it paid the bills and what the hell. It allowed him to probably do, other acting things, but he never got over the Ernest. And I guess the guy was like a chain smoker, probably from his younger, late teens maybe, or early 20s through. I believe the guy died at 51.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it was like one day he just kind of started coughing and there was blood in it, and a year later he was dead.
Oh, no. Cowboy Killers.
Buddy, man, that's the one thing where, like, I quit chewing tobacco like 20 years. Haven't had one, but on occasion, I'll take one of them darts and light it up. If, if there's enough beers going around and somebody's offering, and they scare me, buddy. Can't have that in my life.
No, well, just don't.
Well, there's going to have to be some changes. For starters, you're not going to be able to bring me these goddamn pies like you brought today. Or if you do, you can bring them and I'll look at it.
You want to huff them?
And I'll just stare it down. Put it on my shelf and stare at it every day for like a sense, like a hatred.
You want me to write on there, eat me?
No, I'm going to eat those before the end of the night.
Well, I'm going to have one.
Well, all right.
Which one do you want?
I'm going to, well, you're my guest in the home.
No, I brought them for you. I brought tribute.
I'm going to take the cherry.
Excellent. I was hoping for that.
Now, this is a Quick Trip pie.
Yeah, a little warmer upper.
Well, what I'm seeing here is, what is today, Bubs? The 20, what? We're a couple days after Thanksgiving here?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. Why is my pie dated 11/11 of 23 and have a large warning that says must use by 3:10 p.m.?
That's weird.
Oh, but I do have, it says I have to use it by 3:10 p.m. on December 2nd. So it is still within date.
You're fine. You got a couple days.
Yeah, I am fine. I've
Yeah.
had a lot of these pies. They have been known to carry some preservatives.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine. You could probably even go a little longer.
For those of you guys, listening, this is like one of those Hostess pies, except it's from Quick Trip.
Kind of reminds me of the old McDonald's apple pies.
Man, those are good.
Yeah.
They're 904 degrees too, I think. By law, they have to be served at 900 degrees, according to McDonald's.
Sure. How is it?
Oh, yeah. These are good.
Good.
These are better than the Hostess.
Good. They're richer. We had them up at deer camp. We'd warm them up on the stove.
Thank you for this pie, Bubs. I don't want to eat in front of the audience, but I'm going to finish it soon.
Yeah. Get back to your pie.
I will say this. The Quick Trip food, it's underrated,
It is.
I
get sent there to go whenever pounds of butter are under a certain dollar amount, I get sent there to go get 6.
You know what else is underrated? In my opinion? Casey's Pizza.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's that can be good. I like their chocolate milk at Quick Trip.
They have like their house brand type thing.
Yeah. It's rich.
You ever use the machines where you can make like your own iced coffees and stuff?
No.
Worth a look,
It's too much work.
Not really. All you do is take the cup.
Just like K-Rock's fucking prom date. That's how I have my coffee.
You just take the cup and stuff it in the machine and then press the button. And that's it.
Okay.
40 seconds later, you got like a nice, smooth iced coffee with.
See, an iced coffee to me needs like Bailey's or something in it. Jameson.
Well, you could add that to it if you wanted.
In the store.
Once you get back to your truck.
No, just in the store.
Pull out the flask.
Yeah, just start pouring it in there and wink at the 300-pound chick behind the counter with the twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're all right with this, aren't you, honey?
What's that thing they always say to you when you leave Quick Trip?
See you again soon or something?
Or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know if I can help it.
Well, I better get my Quick Tripping in now because I got to get ripped. So,
let's do it. Let's instead of having resolutions, we'll be resolute in our decisions.
Me and the American Farmer did this last year.
Yeah.
And he's still with it. And
it's good for the soul.
I'm sort of teetering off, but yeah, he's ripped and I'm not right now.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I'll wait till I get ripped.
I have been ripped before. That's the worst thing.
I know. I've been there. I've been ups and downs.
Yeah.
Peaks and valleys, buddy.
We got something to look forward to at least.
Yeah, I work out.
Me too, can't you tell?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I worked out today.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, I got there.
Pretty intense or what?
No, just trying to get back to where I don't rip something.
Yeah.
So I'm just light doing the movements, and then in 2 or 3 weeks I'll start moving it up again.
Staving off the bleeding.
Well, just trying to, I like to be able to do stuff and be physically able to lift things or move things or hang.
From what I'm seeing, Bubs, you've got many, many more years ahead of you. So keep it up.
Thank you.
And in 2024,
we're going to be ripped to gods.
I won't be able to meet up with you. We live far too far away for that sort of thing. Unless there's maybe once in a while we meet up to do some type of CrossFit exercise, but I wish you the best of luck.
We could just ruck. Come out here on your country roads
that would
and
be
ruck.
Tough, man. Yeah, I guess we could. I've never done that before. Isn't that how you train for elk hunting?
Yeah. But you can it's just walking with some weight on your back.
With a pack on?
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
What's the longest you ever have to walk when you're in the Army with those things?
Longest I think I ever did was a forced one was 18 miles. The standard is 12 miles.
Does that take all day?
No. You have 3 hours to do 12 miles. You got to do it in 2 hours and 40 minutes, really.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're stepping.
Yeah, you're stepping.
Gotcha.
Stepping and fetching. And then I guess my son did a merit badge when he was probably 13 or 14 for Boy Scouts. And he did we had to do 5 10-milers and 1 20-miler.
No shit.
And we did a 20-miler together up from Finlayson area up to Willow River and back.
Yeah, I know where Finlayson is.
Yeah, up along a trail.
I looked at a couple places there before I found this one.
Bubs had a little reward in the trunk of the car when I got back. And
yeah.
I had a couple high lifes on ice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No one.
Standing in front of the 13-year-old Boy Scout just guzzling a couple beers to get rid of that pain.
I bet, man.
I think I gave him half a bottle, too, and said, here, you earned it.
You're going to need this?
Yeah. But he you know what he did? He dedicated, and it was just him and I standing there at 7 in the morning or something, or 9 in the morning. And he took the American flag that we have, and it was on a very large wood type, shaft or whatever. And it was a large flag, like a ceremonial one.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm going to dedicate this to all the veterans.
What a guy.
And I was like, okay, that's great. Let's do it. And he carried that fucking flag for 20 miles.
No shit, huh?
Yes.
What a guy, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Never set it down, never did anything. He just he was possessed.
That takes a lot of balls and
for a guy his age.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Much more than I would have had.
The professor.
Age. What a guy.
Yeah.
Hats off to you, buddy. Keep listening. For everybody else, we're going to have some excellent Christmas content coming up this month. But thanks again for a show, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. Sorry for the delay in between episodes, but we had a lot of hunting, drinking, gambling, shooting, all of it. Thanks again, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, Bubs is out.